What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Boom Beach video. Today I think I'm just going to be doing some Grenadier and medic attacks with I think we're just going to bring Everspark as I usually do, but we just got our new tribes and we have our Grenadier speed boosted up to 55%, so this is going to be an interesting day because I don't know how well Grenadier speed really translates, or if it even is a boost, but I guess we'll see today. And then we have artillery damage boosted 3 out of 5. I am down to 0 raw crystals in the storage, so I'm a little sad, but that's okay. That means I'm getting my upgrades instead of just converting my loot. But anyway, for this first attack, we're going to be throwing down on the bottom here. We're kind of going to take the long way around, and then with our energy, we are going to throw and try and take out some of these prototypes because they do get a little bit annoying, especially during some attacks. But since we do have artillery damage upgrade, I don't know why I'm throwing barrages, but I'll try and fix that for next attack. But for this one, we're just going to commit to it, and hopefully everything will be okay. But now, as we start to get into the boom cannon range, I think I'm going to spare some artillery to try and take out some of these buildings, just because we want to keep the couple Grenadiers alive that they might take out. So we're just trying to minimize the loss of our troops, and you know, everything's going pretty good. I think there's still a little bit of warships left. I don't think I'm going to touch that today. It is very close to the end of the season, and I'm happy with my rank considering how that start of the season went, as many of you guys know. If you guys don't, it was just very rough with the chests and all that. But we're throwing artillery, and looks like we're going to take out this first base. Green base alert. We got a green base alert, even though he doesn't really have any masterpieces of it. I guess he did have the wood statue masterpiece, I think. I don't even know what it does, just boost wood, I would assume. But anyway, that's it for the first attack. Let's hop into the next one. Keep focused. This guy got a ton of loot. Honestly, I'm going back to base. Due to the Grenadier speed, I'm going to boost resource reward because I have all of my landing craft. Okay, so my clicks were not registering, as you guys could tell. Hopefully everything's going good, but we got that resource reward upgraded now. If hopefully everything's good, but I got my resource reward upgraded because we want to try and get our final landing craft upgrade. I got all my landing crafts except one to max level, which is very nice, but I want to get that last one. I feel like he's going through a little bit of, you know, just some sadness being the only underlevel landing craft. And we're going to be throwing a bunch of artillery onto this base, trying to clean it up. And as the artillery increases in price, we're going to throw a couple barrages down. And I think that should be a good enough start. You know, one thing I am worried about now that I look into it is these rocket launchers, because they are incredibly damaged. They're just a lot of damage. What am I saying? They're damage amplified. They're max level. And I wasn't even worrying about him at first, but I'm definitely worrying about him now. But it looks like we took out most of Pumpkinhead here, and nothing too difficult. I don't think he had any ice, looking like he just had offensive statues. So I'll gladly take his loot. Pretty open, if you ask me. He did, I mean, he tried to set up a defense system, kind of a trap base, which I don't know if that's what he was going for, but I think I went into this underestimating those rocket launchers, especially with my Grenadiers, and we're suffering. We lost 4 Grenadiers. That's gonna cost 76,000 gold. Oh, I can't be sacrificing that. But anyway, let's hop into this level 60 here, see what he got. And honestly, I've seen a lot higher level people with a lot less loot, so I'm pretty happy with this one. And what we're gonna do is throw a couple barrages onto the playing field, try and get some of these areas cleaned up here. It's just gonna be it's gonna be pretty chaotic here, trying to clean up all these bases, because it's a mix between high and low level. And look at, he got his 2 shock launchers clumped right there, and I wasn't even worried about my Grenadiers. Looks like all of them are still alive, but we're gonna pop a couple critter spawns, and it looks like we're just trying to get traction in this base. Did we lose a Grenadier there? Looks like the boom cannon did get a hold of one, unfortunately. I'm not sweating it, although I probably could have avoided that for sure. But we're going to throw a ton of critters, and that should be the end of this base. There's not really any more defenses left other than a couple, you know, sniper towers that are not high level whatsoever. So we're just throwing the 2 artillery. It looks like we'll wrap up this level 60 DT plus very quickly. And let's hop into the next battle. Let's try and get this loot. I want to try and get that landing craft upgrade. It might be a long shot today because I had like no loot going into this. But just hopeful. I gotta be hopeful there's a ton of loot. Let's scout out this guy because this guy got a decent amount. But if he's too difficult, we aren't gonna worry about him. But I think we will be able to do our duties on this base. So we're gonna go 3 artillery, probably take it out. Let's sacrifice the other one. We don't want to deal with any microwavers in case it kind of slips away from us, because it can be a little bit difficult sometimes. But here we go. Ooh, that was a very... Oh, I guess it worked. I thought that artillery was very poorly aligned, but I'll take it. We're gonna throw 2 boxes of critters on the landing, and we're just gonna let those boom cannons kind of be for a second, and then as soon as the critters do get taken out, we will throw a shock bomb. And then we're gonna throw an artillery here because it looks like that boom cannon's getting ready to be taken out, and then we'll throw a barrage. Ooh, we're out of energy. Will the barrage do it? It doesn't look like it. That's unfortunate. Let's make sure there's some critters onto the field. Looks like we did take out that final boom cannon. So what I'm going to do, we're going to do a back flare with a flare onto that HQ. Make sure they're all lined up. Pop a box of critters. And that should be the end of this base. It might take a couple seconds to take out that HQ, but I am not worried about it whatsoever. That was one of the easiest bases I've ever attacked, especially with that boosted artillery, if I'm being honest. I mean, just... It seemed way too easy for what it was showing, because what, boosted ice statue, was it only 1? I think I failed on that base with something else. So because I already knew how much loot was on it, and I obviously scouted it at least, but you know, that was pretty easy. So I'll take my stuff. I'll move on to the next base here. And what is up with the lower levels having all the loot? No wonder where all the loot is. The lower levels are hogging it, so we're just going to be having to attack them. You know what? They're just smart, and they upgrade the vault. Maybe. I don't know. I don't want to, you know, in case I'm wrong, I'm just going to be fearful and not check to see if he has his vault upgraded. But that's just my assumption. Actually, no. It would be the opposite. That means the vault's not protecting as much loot, so I can take more. Is that how it works? Yeah, I just completely had that backwards, and I'm not proud of it. You know, let's just blame. I drove a lot today. Let's just say I'm tired from driving, and that'll be a solid excuse. There we go. Yeah. What am I talking about? I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed of terribly misreading that situation and getting the conclusion incredibly wrong. No, I'm not worrying about it. Alright, but anyway, we're gonna throw a final barrage onto this, take out the level 60, and I'm kind of confused why it seems like there's a lot of lower levels on my map when it comes to, when I say lower level, I mean I'm just used to like 64, 65, 66, and 67 bases on my map. You know, why am I getting a couple of 60s and all that? I don't know, but let's not complain about it. You know, this guy doesn't have that much loot, and he's a level 66. See what I'm talking about? See, I just had the conclusion backwards. I'm ashamed of it. I'm not gonna lie. But we'll move on. There we go. 2 artillery and a barrage able to take out that beautiful grappler that we are always so scared of, and looks like there's some other stuff we are going to be scared of, but we're going to throw our troops down. We're going to throw a shock bomb, and we should be able to disable a lot of the threats here, along with a med kit, just because that rocket launcher was starting to damage my troops that I did not want to die. So there we go. And it looks like that should be a great start on the base. Let's throw an artillery onto that shock launcher. Let's throw a second one, and let's throw a box of critters once we can afford it, because I think that should be able to take out the shock launcher by itself. We have a rogue Grenadier trying to take out the cannon by itself. I'll let you be, man. You're not really harming yourself right now. You know, just do your thing. I think this attack will work out regardless, but yeah. Alright, so here we go. Throw a barrage onto the HQ, and I don't know why I did that so early, because I probably could have threw that onto the boom cannons, but might as well double down and throw another one onto it. And after this attack, we'll probably do one more. And then, you know, wrap it up. But, you know, I can't even tell the Grenadier speed is, well, I mean, honestly, the attacks seem to be going very smooth today with Grenadiers compared to how they usually go. Which I usually like using them, but it just seems smooth. So I'm gonna say that the Grenadier speed was a great, I wouldn't say a great buff, but a buff nonetheless, in my opinion. It looks like we lost 5 there. I ain't sweating it. We're up to like 3 million of each resource. You know, we're gonna find a monster loot base here. We're not gonna settle for that stuff. And you know, this isn't a monster loot base, but it does have a good amount. And we're gonna throw a box critters onto the landing here, kind of scouting out what's going on, and we'll throw a shock onto the 2 prototypes and the shock launcher. And we're gonna have Everspark starting to panic a bit. We're gonna have her. Oh, she's already dead. See, that's why I did the double critter spawn, because I thought I could keep her alive. Unfortunately, that was just a delusion in my head, and I could not keep her alive. But there we go. We're throwing a shock onto the prototypes, which I'm most scared of in this attack. We're gonna throw 3 artillery in a barrage, take that out, and now we need 1 more shock bomb onto that. How we doing? It looks like we're losing a ton of troops. What am I doing? Save the bad attacks for the last one. My goodness, this is embarrassing. What is going on? We're losing troops left and right. We do not have a big fleet whatsoever. I know what it is. It's because Everspark died so early, so that means there's no critters to distract. So, you know, Daddy Boomer here, I'm gonna retreat on your base. You baited out my hero. You got her, and I don't think I'm able to defeat you. So I'm just gonna I'm gonna pretend that attack didn't happen. We're gonna go to a different base, and we'll do our final attack. Make sure it's a victory. Ooh, yeah, see? I wanted more loot anyway. But also, this is a very front-loaded base, so it could have the same result as the last time. But I think instead of continuously shocking this grappler, we are just going to take it out with our boosted artillery. So there we go. We got to make sure the Grenadiers are placed with the medics, then we are going to place Everspark a little bit later, just so she does have a little bit of breathing room. I am a little paranoid that she was gonna die at the beginning, like right away again, but I think we got a good start here. And one thing I do want to take out is this shock launcher, because that is just destroying the healing of my medics, and the rocket launcher is just doing consistent damage, and it's just no good. And we're gonna shock that hop out in the upright position. That was totally unintentional, but it happened, so I'm happy with it. Man, that would have taken out a lot of my firepower, so I'm pretty good with it. Looks like Everspark might get the. Ooh, she was peeking a bit, and I wasn't sure if that boom cannon was looking directly at her, waiting to fire, waiting for it to reload. But yeah, we're definitely gonna beat this base, and we'll wrap it up. It's a nice base and a green base. Green base. Ooh, got that gold production. All right. Respect. I mean, if you need gold, good for you, man. Alright, I'm not judging. Don't worry, I'm not judging. But here we go. Taking out BB-76 for our first attack. Our last attack. It's been a long day, if you guys couldn't tell. But there we go. 727 medals. Boom. That was a little bit early, but that's okay. Yeah, that's going to be it, though. Let's see how much loot. I kind of forgot how much loot. I don't know. Do I want to save my loot, or do I want to make it back to base and do like a quick, like, we'll do a placeholder upgrade where we upgrade this level 8 mortar and we just spend 100,000 wood and essentially none of others, and then we'll give our base a quick haircut and then we'll wrap it up. So yeah, look at my worship trophy, still the legendary one. Ooh. Yeah, but that's gonna be it for today. If you did enjoy it, drop a like. Leave some thoughts on what you're expecting for Season 7 down below of Warships. There's probably a select few of you guys. This will be your first Warship season, and it's going to be like that almost every season. So I wish you the best of luck. When is it even coming? Have they announced it? Oh, it's... I'm kind of dumb. There's still 6 hours of this season, but by the time this does come out, the season will be over, so do not worry. But we'll see you in tomorrow's Boom Beach video. Bye-bye.